plug in, smell us, and you really want to turn that off tonight, let me tell you. So, you should hear me right now, and we'll turn it over to our players doing some Gamma World 2nd Edition tonight. Just, Kedamono, who you playing? Tell us a little bit about Randy.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Randy Raccoon. He's a mutant and mutant raccoon. I mean, obviously with a name like Randy Raccoon, it's very obvious. Man, I'm Randy Raccoon, you know. He can shape change, which he can't do right now because he already done it from last session. He can do a thing called light generation, which blinds people. He has a power that lets him basically be very precise and do things, which I may have to ask the GM later on if I do something. And he has a thing that lets him make temporal copies of himself within the past 24 hours. He absorbs all sonic damage, and he can do a stunning force attack. But looking at our current people we're facing, it will have almost no effect whatsoever on them. So yeah, and he's a raccoon. I'd say he's middle-aged for a raccoon. I imagine his mutation gives him a little extra long life because he's 30 years old, and you know that would be a dead raccoon right now.
Drop dead at any minute.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, his favorite weapon is not his pistol, though he has a pistol. He's actually got a new one, the Vibro Dagger. He loves his Vibro Dagger and its 3d6 damage.
Everything turns into cutting through butter with the Vibro Dagger.
Yeah.
All right, Kim, who you playing?
Yes, my character's name is Carol, and she is afraid of the dark, so it's good that the raccoon has the light ability, even though it probably blinds people. But yeah, and then she also has telepathy, and she is a mutated human, so she just looks human on the outside.
Yep. She's all mutant scum on the inside.
Has a tasty cream filling on the inside, yes.
So rejoining us this week, Steven.
Who am I? Where am I? Oh, I am Feathery. I am an owl. My name is Jack. Jack the Owl.
Jack has his own soundtrack that continually plays through his mind. How does that go again?
I'm Jack. Jack the Owl. I'm an owl. I'm an owl. I'm Jack. I'm Jack the Owl. Superb owl. Da, 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 da.
Constantly, 24/7. That's really what's driving him mad.
And the only times it's interrupted is when he's supposed to parrot back messages, and then instead that message is playing through his mind repeatedly until you tell someone what it is.
There you go. And joining us last time, new to the crew, Josh. Who you playing?
Hello, I'm playing Jeeves, the recently unfrozen butler sickle.
Yes, pure strain human, coffinized, recently let go from said coffin and stuck in with this bunch. So, quick recap, guys. Let's just hear a little bit of everything, a little bit of something from everybody that was here last time. Let's start with Josh. So what do you remember, man? You're in this nice, slick, wholly modernized mall that seems to be still running after all these these many years.
Yeah, so we were initially going out to, I think we were investigating it to try and loot things from it, possibly tech. We found this enormous, I pictured it kind of like the Shard, this huge, fancy, modern, shiny windowed building with plants kind of growing from the outside into it and smashing through bits of it. Seemed very odd. We discovered the modern marvel of the rotating door, and once inside, I believe Randy was determined by the system to be some sort of pet and was attacked. It seems that it is perfectly happy to take orders from any human that claims to be police or in some position of authority. I think I may have claimed to be the mayor at one point. It's unclear.
You have badge number 1, that's for sure.
Yes. Then we went deeper into the dungeon. Is it a dungeon if you're going up? I don't know. But we took the elevator, the easiest way to go deeper in a dungeon. And I should probably leave it over to someone else.
Sure.
to
Carol, or Kim's character. What do you remember that was interesting from last time?
Well, things got potentially scarier than the dark. And we saw a multitude of bodies from people who had been there probably before the mall was abandoned. And there's some sort of plant tentacle creature that seemed to have taken them over.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, they were in the nuclear the bunker. They were in the bunker under the mall. The mall was a one-stop shopping, and also place to live. And they were living in the bunker, and from our dips into the AC system, all the filters for the bunker failed, and seeds or whatever from the plant outside, which actually didn't break in because it can't get through the bulletproof or bomb-proof glass, but it got in through the air inlets and got into the bunker and basically infected every one of them. There's also this creepy child voice we hear every so often, and I'm not sure who it is or what it is, but we hear it every so often. And we now realize we need to find the garden stores. We can get a hold of some Agent Orange.
Yeah. So I will comment. Yes, you found out that all the filtration systems were clogged up with spores from this mutant vine that is encircling and robing the mall from the outside, and hasn't been able to find a way in to breach yet. But the AI that still seems to be running, sort of, it might be mad, as in bonkers, is telling you that those filters have reached their peak usefulness, have to be changed out, and if not, there's imminent failure of the system. So you guys did pull out some of these screens, thus exposing yourself to some of these spores. And so we're going to start off this session with seeing exactly how much exposure people got. Let's start off with Randy the Raccoon.
Who was the one that actually pulled it out himself? Yes.
Yes. So what is your constitution?
My constitution is 11.
11. Okay, so you begin, this is, after you see all these spores and you put two and two together and you understand that these spores take root in people's lungs and kind of take them over or zombify them. Roll me 2d6, and that's how much damage you actually are taking right now.
Ouch.
You don't feel good. Your lungs hurt, and you feel like it's a little hard to breathe. Maybe it's all in your head. Maybe it's all in your head.
You know what I might do? I'm going to get away from where we dumped that filter, and I'm just going to go and just upchuck as hard as I can.
Okay, yeah. You do that. So, Kim, what is your constitution?
It is
Very last one.
right on my face. It is a 15.
Okay, you feel fine. You see Randy there self-inflicting his vomiting, but you feel okay. And Josh, what is Jeeves' constitution?
It too is an 11.
Okay, so roll 2d6.
Don't roll 12.
Well, surprisingly, in Gammaworld, people get lots of hit points.
If you roll high,
Yeah.
it's still bad.
So for an old school game,
6.
you're actually pretty good. Okay, 6 points. Yeah, also, you don't feel so good either. Your chest feels a little tight. It's a little hard to breathe.
I should switch my name to Randy.
There's a sudden urge to photosynthesize.
There's an urge to sun yourself. No, not at all. You just feel a little stifled, a little like just suddenly there's just not enough air in the room. We're gonna cut over to Jack, who is winging his way to the old mall.
Jack,
Yep.
he's an owl. He's a flying now. Flying all the way. Jack, he's going to deliver the message. Going to deliver the message. Jack, he's an owl. Flapping a flap.
So it takes about 4 hours for you to fly there, and you've never been there before, so teleporting is, possible, but it would take just as long since you have to do it in jumps.
I probably teleport every time it recharges just to get that distance.
Yeah, yep. And since you can see that far off, and you're fine.
So it takes me 2 hours, which is pretty fast, I'll say. Yeah.
So you've reached the mall complex, and again, what you see is this shiny, mostly glass and steel building stretches high into the sky. It is just covered with vines. That seem to be, just surrounding it and over it.
They said I would recognize it when I see it.
Yep.
But is that it?
So now here's the question, though. Remember that you're teleporting without gear every time you teleport. So are you sure you want to teleport and arrive there naked without any of your extras?
What extras? My goggles?
Your goggles, your pouch that you carry with you.
You're right. Goggles are far too fashionable to leave behind unnecessarily.
Yeah, and it's sunny outside. It's daytime.
Don't worry, I just fly into a wall every now and then. That stray billboard that's along the road to this thing.
All right. All right, so if you do choose to fly the distance, I'm going to leave it up to you whether or not you would have been outfitted with a communicator. Since your whole point in this is to be able to rendezvous with your team, you might have wanted to, and you can always leave it with them if you need to teleport out.
The logic would that I'd probably have to leave it with them in the meantime, at least until I get to them.
Okay, good enough. Well, you see the pickup truck that is from your little survival den. You've been issued the same truck several times, so you see it out there. It seems to be in fine condition. There's no intruding vines around it or anything, but you don't
Smells like Randy.
Yeah, you don't see your people around anywhere.
Land on the truck.
Okay.
Hop around on the roof of the truck. Look around. Hop. Slow walk to the edge of the roof. Peer around. Head does this 180 thing. Where is humans and raccoon?
Jack has
names.
Does Jack have opposable talons?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Basically,
remember we said it's on the edge of your wings. You got.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep.
Like a bat.
Like a bat. Yes.
Okay.
Looking. Look over to where an entrance is because presumably they park.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They park pretty close to it.
Stretches and looks, turns sideways, mouth goes open in his vapid grin type thing. Jack, investigate.
All right, so the front door is actually one of these turnstile-like doors, but it's really big. It's made like so somewhere in a wheelchair, for instance, or several people at once can kind of go through it. So that may perplex Jack.
Yeah, his wings go up in attack mode, and he just tromps over. Ton. Head goes smack into the turnstile as he's just smacking again.
Yes. And it's not revolving for you either.
Automatic outdoor.
It's glass, so you can see into the lobby, and you don't see them anywhere at all.
And clearly, that's why he smacks into it again.
Yes, clearly.
Force field.
If he can see the lobby, he might see something else.
Not immediately, no.
Okay.
Tentatively taps at it. Leads back, and then smacks into it again.
Right.
Before shakes his head, takes a step back, looks back and forth, looking for aired vent or something.
Okay. Actually, make me an intelligence check. Only at times 2, Virginia. Only at times 2.
Intelligence check.
Isn't that your dump stat?
I mean, I didn't choose my stats. We rolled, so there's no dump exactly. It's not like it was intentional, but it is indeed like almost the lowest you can get.
It's a second from the top. It's IN check.
Yeah, but I rolled, and it's
there you
a
got it.
good, big failure.
Big old failure. This thing that looks like a door doesn't seem to be opening for you, and you don't see any handles or doorknobs on it. You circle around looking for a vent, and you don't see anything right away. It just looks like a bunch of glass and metal with no other way in that you're seeing. Now you do, as you're kind of circling around and flying up, and you're able to get better look in. And again, this thing is mostly glass, so you're seeing through it. And you do see some moving humans in there, although they look to be moving oddly, kind of like in jerky motions. Some of them look like their clothing has been shot up full of bullet holes. None of them are bleeding or anything, though.
Are there super nice skylights?
Yes.
So Jack would be on the roof by this point.
Yep.
Fly up there. And he's walking on the skylights, like invisible force field.
So if you go all the way to the top, you see some of these vines growing down in, and they've pushed through what was probably like an air conditioning unit at one time. And, they've kind of just pushed their way through, breaking the air conditioning unit. So there is a shaft going down.
Entry. Jack's a genius.
You
And
mentioned that the vines are moving.
Yeah, they are kind of moving.
yeah, Jack does not understand your point, voice. Humans are moving too. Doesn't matter to Jack. Humans feed Jack.
So you're gonna just
Maybe the vines
dive
will feed
bomb
Jack.
down through that hole.
Oh yeah, super. Coordinated in his mind anyway. He's cartwheeling all the way. Barnstorming, acrobatics, very impressive in his mind, but it's more of a flap, smack
Drop like
into
a rock.
vine
Yeah.
truck.
Go ahead and make
bounce
me
off.
a dex check, and you can do it at ×5.
Dex check.
It's kind of below the chart. Yep, there we go.
Yeah, it's a little messed up. Times
Yeah.
5. Submit. Success.
Success. All right, so it was Randy that had pulled the filter off. So you're self-inducing vomiting in the corner, and out of that air duct that you had pulled the filter out, Jack comes tumbling out, beak over talon, and splays out on the floor in the room.
Face first, tail feathers in the air.
Yep.
Brr. Then his head just flips over upside down to look at you
Yep.
while he's flat on the floor. It's not disconcerting at all. He's like, Jack found the humans and the raccoon.
So Jack is covered in pollen.
Shake yourself real
And
quick.
then he stands up and starts shaking himself like a dog.
Yeah, which just makes it swirl around the whole room.
I'm leaving. I'm just running out of the room at this point. I'm just getting the hell out of that room.
and the raccoon. Yeah, he totally misunderstands Randy as Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And the raccoon. Come back. Jack has found you. Stop leaving. Jack must find you again if you leave. He starts following.
All right, guys.
pollen.
Your group is together.
Yeah.
Some of you not feeling so well. Others fine.
Jack's fine.
Carol has no idea what all the histrionics is about.
I guess
She's one with the good constitution. Yeah.
I guess I better go find the raccoon then and see what's wrong.
Oh, that's right. You're not in the room, are you? Or were you in the room?
She was.
I
in the room.
was.
Yeah.
Then you ran.
Yeah.
So-
So
I
she's,
ran back into the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So you run back out into the main office lobby area. Carol
look up.
chases after you.
And of course that's where we can see the zombies going boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's these desiccated human corpses with vines growing out of their eyes and ears and mouth, and they're just kind of slapping the bits of their flesh against the window.
I'm out from there, and I go. Okay.
Oh, look, more humans.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to those humans.
No.
No.
Oh, you've met Jeeves, right?
Hello. I think
It has a name?
Yes.
So, Jeeves, when you last met Jack, he was in the infirmary. He's looking much better now.
Are your wings better?
Jack's wings, magnificent, and he holds them up for inspection, like he's posing for a
National
bald
Geographic
eagle.
shot.
Yes, they're going up.
Little bits of pollen
You
falling off of them. Yes.
get the impression that he's flexing, but he's an owl, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Does he have the the thing owls have with the ridiculously long legs?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. You can see what an owl looks like. It's his little icon on Roll20. So yeah, he's a fairly large owl too. Let's see, how tall did I say he was? He's like 2'7".
Still short.
Okay.
I mean, he's still a short guy, but I mean, this is like a giant owl.
For an owl, he's huge.
For an owl, I'm huge.
65, 68 centimeters. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we need to get to the homeware area.
Yeah, we need firepower. Okay, guys.
Need to go back home? What?
No. There's a place here that they might have stuff to deal with these guys.
Deal with. They need nap and little treat afterwards.
No,
So,
Lollipop.
they need killing.
according to the mall directory, there are two possible places. There's an outdoor shop that might have something, but there's a gardening shop as well.
Yeah, I figured gardening would have the, it's super duper Roundup.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to make a hole to that. All right, guys, move away. And then I pull out a bandana, tie it around my neck, because it's me, and duplicate.
Okay. Yeah,
So
go ahead and
and-
roll to see how many of your duplicates you get.
6.
And do you have a spam on that? Like how many times can you do that in a day or an hour? Does it say?
That's once every 4 days.
Once every 4 days? Okay.
Yep. But in the past
Yep.
24 hours. So let me see where they came from.
Mhm.
I did say last time that the day before we left, I slept in my gear.
Yep. Yep.
D24.
You might just be doing that as a normal thing nowadays.
6D24.
But you gotta shower sometime. No, you don't really, actually, as a
So,
raccoon.
couple from yesterday, one from this morning, one from 4 hours ago. So he's the 2 from while we're driving out here.
Mm-hmm.
The one this morning. So he's like, what? 13. Oh
Now
no,
there are more and the raccoon.
the 13's now asleep.
Yeah.
He's being shook awake. So the ones from 3 and 4 know what 3, 4, and 9 know what the hell's going on. 21 might know what's going on. 23 depends on when we were told yesterday.
Yeah, you would have already gotten. It's been more than a day since you were given your marching orders, so.
Yeah. So everyone kind of knows we're at the mall, saying, "Oh, great, we're at the mall." Yeah, we're at the mall. Ah, I was sleeping. I ain't gonna get my 24. No, you're not. The reason why I'm wearing the bandana because now you know who Prime is.
Yeah.
What are you
All right.
talking about, and the raccoon?
All right, guys, we got mutant zombies out there. Oh Christ! Yeah, they all go pull out. We all pull out our guns. Nope, guns ain't gonna cut it. You got your vibro blade? Did I get my vibro blades? the day
9,
before?
3, and 4 will have the vibro blades. 13, 21, and 23 won't, because that's when you
Okay,
got
so-
kitted out.
Yeah. So so 4 of us got vibro blades. The other guys I'm pretty much telling them that it's not gonna. That's guns ain't gonna cut with these guys. You gotta cut them up. So they pull out their swords, which are only 1d6.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, they get the swords out. Yeah. Shooting them ain't gonna do any good. You gotta cut them up. We gotta cut a hole through them so we can get to where we need to get. Home Depot, Jeeves.
All right.
So the garden place is called the Green Thumb. And the outdoor shop is just called Outback in small letters, not to be
Okay.
confused with the steakhouse.
No, it's out back.
Yes.
Word.
2 words.
Take you out back.
That's pretty
Exactly.
cool.
All right, so right now you're in this office with this, this ballistic glass up, and on the other side are all these weed-infested corpses that are hammering on the windows. When you came in here, you locked everything down.
Yeah.
So what do you want
Jack
to
is
do?
lightly smacking his head against his face, really, against the ballistic glass at the zombies. He's like, another force field. Ah!
Is there another way out of this place? Because,
Smack.
that's more me asking that.
Jack,
So,
let's stay away from the force field for now.
There were
So we-
many doors
All right, Jack, stay away from force field.
down in the maintenance shaft. There were many doors that you suspect lead to other places in the mall.
yeah. So
That's how
which
maintenance gets around, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, like go. Which direction would we head? If you remember them. But actually, can we pull the map up here?
I'll
Hey.
ask the paddle.
Yeah.
Here's a quick question,
you
Bert.
get a.
Does Jack have any message for these guys from home base?
No, you were just supposed to just meet up with your party and render them aid.
All right.
So you don't have any message going through your head. So it's all Jack's power song going on in the background.
Actually, Jack is right now.
Jack power.
He's smacking his head against the glass, and all the zombies are focusing on
Yeah.
him. Like,
So Jeeves, you ask, and directory of the mall comes up, and it highlights all the service corridors. You basically can get to
Okay.
just about anywhere in the mall. The service corridors all end in like these steel metal doors, all with the service personnel only things on them, and they're all in the back corridors, like down through each area of the mall.
Just a thought. If we take the corridors, would Jack be able to sort of flap in front of us to keep the spores away?
What spores?
Oh, the terrifying deadly spores that are slowly killing us.
well,
Probably.
turning us into
We're not
plants.
sure.
Jack raises up his wing, sticks his head in, and like he's smelling underneath his armpits. He's like, Jack don't smell that bad. No deadly spores from Jack.
It's not going to help us any. We already got a snoot full.
He probably flapped them all off. So
Yeah, so we look and see which corridor goes down. I think don't we actually, or at least doesn't Jeeves now have access to those corridors, or can he get access to those corridors?
They're just metal doors. They look like they're key coded. Like the maintenance staff must have some kind of key codes because they're not tied into the AI system.
We saw some lockers earlier.
You
didn't
did.
we?
Yep.
Can we have a nosy through those, see if we can see any key cards?
Yeah, you opened a few of them, but you didn't open them all. So if you want to go and root around, after a bit,
Yeah.
you do get one of these little belt clip things with a chain that extends out, and it's got a whole bunch of plastic cards on the end. Each of the cards are color coded. Looking at the maps, you're figuring orange must be for maintenance because all the doors are colored orange that are for maintenance.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we cut to a quick scene of all 7 Randys just going up to the doors, going whip and throwing it out. Look inside.
So the black one, which this key cap does have, is basically the master key to all the store locks, which you do have one.
So that's a manager key. Manager set.
I mean, the manager key ought to open more or less anything, I'd imagine.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, let's take the lot, but
yeah. Clip it to your belt and
let's go.
The other
no time to
color,
lose.
the other color on there is green. Which, looking at the map, you're not seeing anything that's green color coded that's showing on the map right now.
Oh,
Suspicious.
green is life, right? And where is life? I point downstairs. The bunker.
It's also the color of radiation, I believe.
That doesn't
It's
make sense
blue.
to Jack.
It's blue. I've seen jerking off radiation.
Uh,
All right, so you want to go down the maintenance corridor that ends you up near Green Thumb? Is that the place you're going to hit? All right.
Yeah.
So you guys go down the long corridor. It's lit up by basically the just low red light. The place is running on limited power.
Randy's taking point and taking tail gunner Charlie.
Okay. Everyone else is in the middle,
Yeah.
with Jeeves taking point, I guess. So Jeeves, you come to big metal security door, and it's got one of the key slides, or actually it's probably like RFID. You know, it's got like one of those panels that you just wave your key card over.
Just do a hit bump at it.
Okay, you do. It flashes green, opens up into a corridor. And so you're in a dark corridor. You know that basically north and then just around the corner is where Green Thumb is. This corridor, even the backup lights are off. You know, here there's like a bathroom, there's a water fountain, all of that. You know, again, no lights. And you guys hear some shuffling. Can't see anything yet, but you can hear some shuffling out in the corridor.
Yeah, Vibro Randy's are up front.
Okay.
Yes.
Stay behind me, Jeeves. You're human. And I'll actually stay next to Jeeves because I'm me.
Yeah.
The other Reeds go up front with the vibro blades. And yeah, we can do some lawn cutting.
Okay.
All right. I don't know where this. I mean, you're clearly a wizard of some sort. Is there some kind of invisibility you could do to sneak past, or?
I can make it really bright for a moment, but then you wouldn't do you any damn good.
Ah, bright light bad.
Yeah.
No, bright light's just fine.
I turn around. Right.
Yeah.
Randy?
Yeah, Carol. You're in a
Randy?
dark hallway with very little light.
Light stick. I always have my light stick.
Yeah. I also look at Randy. Randy. I make the motion of lifting up his goggles. Don't wear your goggles down here. Because he's an owl with big eyes. Well, it's not night vision, it's dim light vision. And we get the glow sticks going. That might be enough for him to see down the corridor.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He gets that light amplification thing going on. Yeah, but it's not so much that it's the lack of light that keeps you from seeing whatever shuffling out there. It's just they're not passing in front of the end of the hall. Like that end of the hall, there actually is light. You can see out there and you can hear the shuffling, but nothing's passing in front of the corridor.
Yeah. So we're going to recce. Let's see. That would be 3 o'clock. Number 3 will move up and, do a quick move up and recce and look and see what's around either corner. Basically, they're going to actually no 3 and 4. They're going to do the look opposite directions.
Sure. Yeah. So you cover each other. One looks one way, one looks the other way. Yeah. And both of you don't see anything now in this well lit. And so this is capping the T, right? So this is now going east to west. You're on the 3rd floor, you're 3 floors above the entry level. And at first you don't see anything. And then you hear the kind of scraping, dragging sound. And you look up. And what you see is it's several human bodies that have been centipeded together with vines attaching them all, making this one composite creature that looks very much like a centipede. It's got 5 heads on the front, 20 some arms and legs across its body and various, and it's all strung together with these vines, and it's climbing
Oh.
from one level to the next level.
No.
Like there's stairs up or ladder up?
No, it's like it's using its multiple arms and limbs and its elongated body just to stand on like the railing and then reaching up to the next railing. And so it's climbing up that way.
I thought we were in the tunnel.
No. You guys came out of a door into a hallway into the normal mall. And then at the T intersection is just the railing, the normal walkway for the mall pedestrians.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see it. Question is, does it see you?
We're trying to be stealthy. So
we are. I'm like, oh look, a human.
Jeez.
That's why I'm me. Sat next to Randy, putting an arm on his shoulder, and said, "No, calm."
You're
So-
Randy. I'm Jack.
A pair of legs that are extending out of the head area, almost like antennae stalk, kind of waggle around, and then the top of the torso turns down and looks at the Randys and sees you.
Yeah, I'm looking. Jack,
Right?
flight diversion.
This
It
is
turns his head. Where's diversion?
this is where we do
I know.
initiative. Who has the highest dexterity?
I have 15.
I have a 16.
Yeah, superhuman.
I
over
have
here.
a 17.
All right.
Oh.
So
Really a
G's
super-
will be rolling
goodness.
dexterity because what happens, it's a D6 per side, but you get a +1 for every point above 15 in dex from your most dexterous person. So D6 +2, Josh.
Okay. 4.
2. So you guys get to act first.
So go out and get their attention, Jack. Sing to them.
Sing! And he goes, "Quack!" And he starts headbanging as he like takes to the air.
Okay.
It's very disconcerting to see him headbanging while flying.
So you're making a distraction. Okay, good. What is Carol doing?
Jack,
I'm trying to see
the
what-
air, flying in
What
the air.
weapons do I have? I think I have a machete type of thing, a short sword.
Yes, everybody picked up swords, which we called machetes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I am getting ready in case that thing starts heading over this way.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you're
the-
just defensive then? You're just waiting to see if it
Mhm.
comes over? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
21.
Jeeves doing?
Well, unfortunately, I ran out of ammo, so I am going to throw the minigun at them.
You had a minigun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I
you did.
I rolled real well on requisitioning.
I mean, you had like 28 shots left, I think.
I ran. I'm pretty sure I ran through the whole thing when we
Yeah.
fought that big
Yeah.
mass of them near the elevator.
He
Oh.
unloaded his clip at the
In
mass.
that case, why
Yeah.
you're carrying it?
exactly, and that's what he's remedying right now.
Yes. I mean, I assume
Because it's
that
a very
someone is
valuable
gonna.
piece of equipment. That's
Yes,
why he's
I'm sure.
carrying it.
I want to survive here, but I also want to survive after getting back.
Yeah.
So I tell you what, if the thing is large enough that it's going to be hard to miss, it's really a matter of whether or not you can throw it with enough force that will do it any damage. So let's make a strength check first,
Okay.
and do it as just no bonus, just straight strength.
That's where is strength at?
Strength,
Yes.
that is
yes.
PS.
Mm-hmm.
PS times 1.
Okay,
Oof, that's not
so
good.
yeah, it's a high percentage. You needed a 13. Okay, so yeah, you peg it straight on. I mean, it bounces off of it. Doesn't seem to really do much to it. Now the Randys, the two Randys
So-
are right there.
Yeah, they're pulling out their the slug throwers and basically the ones carrying the 21, 13, 23 are pulling out their slug throwers while the rest of us with Fire Blaze are just standing guard in case something comes down here, and they're just the two in front are just going to open fire and just see what they hit.
Okay, what is your weapon class for that gun?
With that gun, it is a weapon class 10.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
All right,
For each of them.
twice.
Yeah, for each of them.
All right. And what's the deck I'm shooting at?
You need to hit a 13 or
Ooh,
better.
sheesh. All right. That's a. is that a
One's a
hit?
success. Yeah, rolled to 14.
Yep. Okay. And that guy hit a 13 or better. Boom.
Yeah, both hit.
Oh.
So go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
damage for both, 2d6 apiece.
Yep.
Yeah, you blast some limbs and torso bits off the thing,
Mhm.
which are basically quickly replaced by more vines. But it's almost like it's using the body parts as not a necessity, but as like a blade of armor.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all your turn. So it is going to loop back around, and it is going to basically try and drop on ignoring
Jack?
Randy, or excuse me, ignoring
Right.
Jack because you're flying and it doesn't really have a way to get to you. It's just going to try
Also,
to drop
far
down
too awesome. Yeah.
on the two Randys that were covering the east and west passage. All right. So, what is your armor class?
6.
You got a pretty good armor. Okay. It needs a 12. And it's got 2 attacks, so it's going to do 1 on each of you. Okay, so first one is West Jack, and East Jack is the second one. So both hit.
Ouch.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, so this thing weighs a ton as its body kind of collapses on both of those Randys. The first one takes 14 points, the next one takes 8.
I can start some notes here to keep track of the Randys. So, okay, I'm prime, so I got, I think I sent, that was 3 and 4. So 3, we got 14.
Mm-hmm. And then 8 on the other.
No, 3 and 4. So 4.
Yeah, okay.
4 got 8. Oh, that's right. 8 in the other. Yeah. So 3 and 4. Yeah. So they both got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, at this point, this is where I'm gonna whip out the vibro daggers if they can.
Of course. Well, those two already had well, no, I guess not. Okay, yeah.
They switched them.
Right. Okay, so it's back to your turn again. Jeeves, you were like just behind the Randys as you pitched the minigun. Jack's in the air. What's Jack gonna do? Yeah, you just saw this behemoth drop from the floor above and squash 2 Randys.
Jack is. Oh no, the other and the raccoons. He told me to sing. Jack the Jack now comes to the rescue, and he's going to land on top of it, I guess.
Okay, I tell you what, make me a dex check. You can do this at ×5.
Oh,
Times
claw and beak it.
Yeah.
Well, dive bombing it at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
To little effect because he only weighs about like a bowling ball.
Yeah, but you got claws.
Well, unless he got it as a mutation, it doesn't do very much. Yeah. Okay, so all right. So what happens is you do exactly what you say. You drop and you pounce on the creature. Unfortunately, the area that you landed on has several arms that can reach back over and grab you. So you did not hit an area that was clear. Is what I'm trying to say here. That's what the dex check was for.
Oof. So they're touching in places you don't want them touching.
Yep.
These humans, bad touch.
As part of your mutation, did you get any kind of physical augmentation to your beak or claws?
Nope.
Okay, just roll a d6 then. We'll just call it a d6 damage. That's fine.
Let's see. Did I put anything in for claws? I do have a bite, and that's 3d6 because I think you based it off of some other animal.
Yeah. Okay, we can do that. Go for it.
All right. Let's see. There's supposed to be a little button here. Where are you, button? Attacks. What's this? Nope, not that.
I don't think there's a
Natural attack. There we go.
No, it just rolls it. It doesn't actually roll the damage.
Aha!
Yeah. So just do /roll 3d6.
3d6.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, for the attack.
Oh wow. Okay.
Woo.
Like you bite deep and tear into some of the torsos that are lining its back, which do kind of bleed a little bit. So what you guys are effectively doing, for right now, what you guys are effectively doing is tearing off its armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes it subsequently easier to attack, but isn't doing any damage to the creature itself yet. So let's go to the Randys.
Well,
Two of them are like under this thing's bulk.
Yeah, they're gonna try to, well, if they can't get their
They can.
their
Yeah.
vibro, they can.
You haven't been
No.
grappled, so I'm not going to impose anything like that on you.
Yeah, and they probably just drop the pistols at this
Okay.
point and just
Stab.
Yeah, and do a double attack.
Okay. What's the weapon class of the vibro?
4.
Okay, and it's a little bit less on armor now, so you need 12.
All right, 12. Submit. No, that didn't hit.
Yep.
And the other one.
So you were just in bad position. You were trapped enough that you can't get a good swing, and the other one also a miss.
So so basically me and let me get the right me and number.
Just call them the number of their hour. That's good enough.
Me and 9,
Mm-hmm.
me and 9 hour are running forward and slashing at the mass.
Mm-hmm.
We're not encumbered because
Mm-hmm.
we're taking it, and the last 3, 13 through 23 are going to run forward too. If they can attack with their swords, they will.
Yep, it is large enough that you can get everybody around it. Question: how long do your duplicates last?
4 hours.
4 hours. Okay.
So we got plenty of time. So 9-hour attacks and hits.
Okay,
Yay.
1 hit. Okay. Go ahead and roll his damage because it might do enough to make the armor less for the next attack.
Yep. And it's R 3d6. Is it 3? Yeah, 3d6. I do as much with my 9.
Okay, not quite enough. So the next attack it still needs a 12.
And prime attacks. That's me.
Oh, that's a good
17.
one. Roll the damage.
Yeah. Can I do an up roll? Yes, I can. 11. Rip.
11. Okay, yeah, that drops at 1.
Now we switch to swords.
Okay.
So the machetes are 3.
Weapon class 3, so you need a 14.
Yeah. Okay. Number 1. Nope. Oh, it's a double. Now, what does that do?
Nothing unless you make the roll. You've got to make the roll.
Okay, 14. Oh, that's a double. Yep. So what does that do for damage?
You double it. So roll your damage, doubled 16 points. Okay, yeah. You carve off a whole bunch of arms, some legs, and a bit of torso. That dropped its armor class 2 more down. Right, so now basically it's
14,
exposed.
Now 23. Yeah, now 23's get a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're using the swords as well?
Yep.
Okay.
So what's the armor class now?
12s for the swords.
For the last one. So last Randy goes up and swings and a miss.
Yep.
Oh, well. Okay. Right. Special damage is double damage for that sword. That's right. Whenever I do damage, it does double damage. That's right.
Okay, yeah. So you've unearthed this thing. It's using all these human bits as I said, armor. And so what you really look at is this mobile, long vine that's just kind of puppeting these bits of flesh around it. So that was the Randy's. Carol?
Yeah, I will. I've got my knife. I can hack at it. Yeah.
You got machete also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How much damage does that knife do? I don't seem to have it.
Do you have a vibro
The
knife?
short sword. The short sword.
It's just a D6, but it's yeah.
But it has a double feature.
Yeah, it doubles if you're trying to hack through vegetation and flesh.
Oh.
Yep. So roll a d20. You need a 12 now with that particular weapon.
Okay.
Well, that'll do it. All right. So roll a d6 and we double it.
Okay.
Come on, 6. Oh well.
That's a
6
6.
points,
I mean,
yep. Not quite enough to drop at another level, but yeah, there we go. And then finally, Jeeves.
You probably got
So-
one too.
This thing is, it looks like essentially a vine. Can I tell how it's holding on to the bits of
Yeah,
person.
tendrils. There's tendrils growing off the main stalk, and it's just kind of twined its way through the bodies.
Okay. I have a plan.
More feared
Is there
words
a
were never spoken.
Is it
Is
a
there a little...
plan?
It is a cutting plan. I feel it would be less effective if it was slick. Is there a fire alarm nearby that could be smashed?
There is, but you know from its the systems that you ran, the diagnostic systems, the foam suppression stuff isn't working. But what is there is one of the break glass, and there's a fire hose.
Okay, I'm gonna grab that then.
Okay. Sure. Make me just well, no, it's made to be broken. So you slam into it with the little hammer that's there, and you start unspooling and unrolling the hose. I'll let you do that and actually get the water moving this round, but you won't be able to aim it until next. Okay.
Sure.
So you've got a high-powered hose in hand. Yeah. Yeah, and you're just you got the water running, and it's going out there now. Its turn. So Jack, it still has arms on its back, so it is going to attempt to grab you with those. Let's see here.
Pull him apart, pluck his feathers.
What's your armor class, Jack?
Armor class 8.
8. Okay.
That's good, right?
No. Yeah, definitely a no. Several arms just kind of reach back, and they just start pulling handfuls of your feathers off, just tearing them off of your body. 10 points of damage.
No, they love Jack
Lord.
too much. They love Jack too much. Jack will sing him the song of restitution.
All right, so that was well, it gets 2 actions, so that's 1. Second action is it's still on top of 2 of the Randys, so just kind of roll and kind of smush you all down. What's their armor class?
6.
All right, it'll just get 1 of the Randys. You pick. It's gonna miss anyway.
Oh, okay. They
Yep.
squirm around. Can we actually work our way out a bit more?
Take an action to move out of melee, and you're fine. But as long as you're still in melee with it, it can still kind of just roll around on you.
Yeah, yeah, those 2 will work from below.
So we're going to start the next round with Jeeves unleashing the high-powered hose. Now, how do you want to do this? So Jack's on its back. We'll call it its underbelly, is pinning 2 Randys near it. And you got a few other Randys that are stabbing around it along with Carol. So describe to me how you use the hose.
So I'm using it not so much as a sprinkler, but more how you would use a pressure washer to remove remove
All right.
nasty things attached to it.
So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the high-pressure hose basically just wash the rest of its armor off. Okay.
Awesome.
So yeah, all the body parts just kind of slough off. They're all desiccated anyway, so adding the water just makes them really brittle. They fall off the tendrils, and so again,
more like mush.
yeah, mush.
Make it smell nice.
So now you're left with this tentacle. Now that you're looking at it, it's very bizarre because it's not rooted to anything. It's just this tentacle of vegetation with a bunch of tendrils off of it, and it's not like it's growing out of anything. It's just freely moving. So yeah, there you go. You've gotten rid of all of its armor, which gives it a DAC of a 10, which is very easy to hit. So let's.
What happened to Jack in all of this?
So Jack, you're actually fine. It washed all the hands that were ripping your feathers off. So now you're on the back of this thing with no hands trying to pull feathers off you. So let's
but
start
did it
with
wash
you.
me off as
It
well?
did not. It did not.
Oh. Jack is very wet. So Jack is going to try to savage him with his beak.
Sure. You only need like an 11. Yeah.
All right. Does he have any sort of modifiers on this attack?
No, it's based on your weapon class of the attack, and that's really it. There aren't any other modifiers.
I don't think his beak has a weapon class.
It's got a 4 natural weapon.
Oh, I thought natural weapons were 1.
No, yeah, you're right. Which actually makes it better. So you only need a 9.
I do have a 1 here.
Yeah, you only need a 9.
Okay, so I will roll a d20 here.
There you go.
Kabite.
Go ahead and do your damage.
All right, 3d6. Roll that. I savage it.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. And it's like you're biting into just a particularly juicy vine. You're tearing huge chunks of it. It's got this kind of greenish, almost blood-like stuff that is pouring through your, out of your beak. You get a little bit of it down your throat. It burns a little. It's a little acidic. It's really nasty. It doesn't cause you any damage, but it's pretty nasty.
It's a tomato vine. Yeah.
Jack is a good owl. Jack is the destroyer.
Carol. Let's go to Carol next.
Yeah.
You with us, Kim?
You're muted, Kim. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. I was drinking and I didn't want the whole world to know. Yeah. Okay.
You gonna hit it with your machete?
Yeah, because I'm right there, so I might as well.
Yep. You just need a 9.
Just roll 1d20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. It's you hit a patch of water and it just makes you slip just enough that you don't get a good shot on it.
And she doesn't want to hit Jack. I mean, she's just being considerate.
All right, Randy's.
So the 4 Randys use revolver blades. Dak 4. What's my to hit number?
Dak 4 is an 11.
I mean, no, it's I thought the weapon class is 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Weapon class of 4 is harder. A 1 is actually the easiest thing to do. 4 is harder than 11.
Gotcha.
Yeah, with 1, I just smash my face into it and bite.
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yep.
I just want to get him out of the way.
You can just total damage at the end because we're not doing anything special now. So you can just go ahead and do all your hits.
So far, it's been blockbuster for the Vibro Randys. Oh, just hit. It's 11 just a hit?
Yep.
All right. And then Sword Randys come in, and now for them, it's a 3.
3 is a 9.
Ooh, that's even nicer. All right. So that's, and there's 3 of those. So 12, that's a hit. The hits just keep on coming. Oh, that's a miss.
Yep. That is a miss.
And the hits just keep on coming. So out of the 7 Randys, 6 hit, and 3 of them are 3d6 doubles. So I'll do that one first. Are 3d6, and we'll double this to 12.
Mm-hmm.
They do 12.
Okay, and then
Vibro Dandies.
all the
Randys.
3d6 damages. Yep. Just total all those dice off and just roll them all. It's fine.
So that is 12d6. 40.
Wow. Okay. You guys just go to town carving this thing up. It's still moving. You managed to cut off a bunch of the tendrils. You actually managed to bisect the main stalk itself. So, Jeeves, what do you do?
Oh, he already went first, didn't he?
No, this is last round.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of holes in it now, right?
Yep.
Could I just jam the hose into one of them?
Okay. Well, I'm going to say then, since the Randy's kind of bisected the thing in half, you jam it in there, and it just shoots the thing off the side 5 stories down. So half of it falls down. The other half isn't moving. Okay. So it looks like it's inert now.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
You know what? The Randys we take our weapons and we just turn it into mulch.
Yep.
Oh.
And Jack's like, "Quack," as he goes flying off the side with it. The treachery of humans. Oh, wait, I can fly.
Jack, what is your constitution?
Significance. I mean, it's just the greatest. It's the best owl constitution you can imagine. It's 13.
Okay, 13.
If
You're
it's
fine,
the CN,
actually.
right?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, no problems.
Told
no,
you, it's
no
it's the
lung
best.
issues. You're perfectly fine.
Well, yeah. In this case, it would be stomach issues anyway.
Yeah.
The Randys look at Jeeves with his hose, and they all sort of stand up next to the next to the railing and hang on tight and said, "Hose us."
Yep. Randy and Jeeves. Randy Prime and Jeeves roll 2d6. Take that much more damage.
Ouch.
Oh, good.
That's 8. Damn it. Damn it, Janet.
Ooh, that's
Actually,
a
it's
big
been long enough, and all your other Randys have the same constitution as you do, so they all take 2d6 damage.
It's a 6.
Okay.
Can I just take average for them?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
They're only going to be around for 4 hours anyway.
Yeah, that's just 6, so they all take 6. Yep. Ooh, one of them is in bad shape. He's actually down to 20. He's down to 10 hit points.
So you guys kind of, again, it's like your lungs are being just kind of clenched from the inside. You feel like you can't take a good breath.
Right. We need to get to that garden store.
Yep. Just around the corner. You were fighting right out in front of it.
Yeah.
Let's go
Open
in.
up, Jeeves.
Door. Open.
All right. Yeah, you wave the pass card, the black one in front of it, and it opens.
All right. So what we have in here? Because the lights should just come on.
They do.
And...
Yeah, as soon as the gates roll up, lights come on. It's all colored lights to give it this kind of atmospheric look. The plants, there once were a whole bunch of potted plants in here, but since they haven't been watered in who knows how long, it's all dead, desiccated, just, dried out.
I look because I yell, "Hey, geez, can you close that gate so we have some security?"
I will close it.
Yeah, you just wave it in front, and you're able
Just
to
go-
pull it down and lock it. It leaves all the
Evil
lights
plant.
on. Yeah, so there's
Evil-
all kinds of things like potting soil, tools, all kinds of planters. You do have some chemicals.
Anything here for killing plants? What's the word for it? I don't know what the word is for it.
Planticide. Herbicide.
Herbicide.
Any of that?
Herb cider? Where?
Yes, there are small bottles, like spray bottles of herbicide around. And they all have the caution, poison.
Well, Randy number 3 o'clock, 3 hour Randy just says, "I'm gonna try something. If it doesn't work, don't you guys do it." He goes over, grabs one of the bottles, pop the cap off, turns it to his mouth, opens up, and
I was going to say,
inhales.
before you did that, there's a possibility that our humans, pure strain and otherwise, might actually know if that's going to kill you or not. Make me an intelligence check at ×3. Both Kim and Josh.
Oh, this will be fun. Okay.
You can have it at ×5 if you think your character has a reason to know chemicals in their background.
Well, I don't know.
Looks like
It is-
looks like Carol at one
Carol
time. Okay, so Carol, it won't kill you or the raccoon, but it will make you violently ill. If you were insects, it's lethal.
Okay.
Oh, so it's insecticide, not herbicide.
No, it is herbicide, but the particular drug is actually, it will kill insects as well.
Okay, well,
Oh, so kills. Yeah.
Yeah, it messes with their exoskeleton.
so deep breath as he spritzes in his mouth.
You're gonna get sick again.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So what happens? 'Cause
So your constitution was what?
11.
11. Take a d6 damage.
Oh,
It's a 7 on the poison matrix. You're just at the con where it'll do something. 2 points of damage. You get violently ill.
But do I breathe and do I cough and wheeze and?
You're not sure if it's effective yet or not. You'll know in another half hour to hour. But yeah, you just feel violently ill.
Why and the raccoon do that? Very
Because
strange.
we were there. That thing was just dripping stuff, and we probably inhaled more because I wasn't sick until we fought that damn thing.
Ah,
And so
Jack understood none of that. It just turns away.
Just-
Actually, 3 hours wouldn't that 3 hours put him inside the mall or just outside the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has it. Yeah. So yeah.
Also, Carol,
Yeah.
with that roll, you also think it was probably more effective if you snort it and actually get it into your lungs than just drinking it.
No, I wasn't drinking it. I wasn't drinking it. I was inhaling
There
it.
you go.
Oh, was
Okay.
he snorting it?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he snorted it apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
They do powdered
Since-
pesticides.
2 lines of pesticide.
Yeah, that's disgusting and terrifying.
So
One thought.
Yes.
Just in case we want to save this to put in the air system. We want something else to help us fight this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Any barbecue supplies?
In here, no, but the Outback store probably has some.
Double question real quick, since we're right in the pesticides, which are known to be noxious, and you know,
Yeah.
Poison.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you asking?
well, that was a sneeze mute, but anyway, are there breathing masks right by them?
Breathing masks. In a garden store. I'll tell you what. We'll leave it to luck. Say high or low and roll me a D100 there, Steven.
High. And let's see, where's my D100? There it is.
Woo!
Yes, there are some respirators there.
Well,
Look what Jack found. I look amazing.
yeah. I mean, basically, you can't. You might, with your way how far apart your eyes are, you actually might be able to see through it. Me, I ain't gonna see through it.
But he's just wearing a
a
respirator
respirator.
for some reason. Not that he needs it, but he's like, look, human, I have found this thing. Maybe you need it.
Yeah, because that's going to make us humans really ill if we get too close to that spray
the-
for too
Yeah.
long.
This is like, for someone doing a little garden in their backyard. There's no. I'm just like looking at these little bottles. Where's the big, drum of this stuff?
Yeah, see, this store is just for like, around the house sort of thing. There's not like huge containers of it. There's several bottles. I mean, there is a whole shelf of bottles, but it only
Well-
adds up to maybe a couple of gallons.
The 6 Randy can carry a awful lot in their backpack.
So this is a general outdoor store. Yeah.
No, this is Green Thumb. This is actually a gardening store, but it's small scale, like container gardening or square foot gardening.
So we're not going to find any like super soakers or anything like that.
No,
Like the
well,
whole
no,
yard.
no. There are the tanks. The tanks that you wear that you fill up with
Oh,
your
the pressure ones,
yeah, that you pump up and you have your plant treatments in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are
Let's
those.
grab one of those.
Okay.
Where's the stuff that goes in them? They
Yeah.
sell these little bottles and they have the big things. Where's the things that filled them up?
Yeah.
Hey.
There. Okay. So if
Ask
you
the computer. Ask the computer if there's any what's the word? Incendiary. In interior, whatever the word is.
Alice here?
so what do you ask the computer?
There's a brand
Show
name.
me,
Have a brand name. You can read from.
show me where there is bulk supply of, and I read out the brand name.
Okay. It shows you the inventory. Store's inventory comes up, and apparently they've got powdered cube concentrates that you add to water. Inventory says there's enough there to make about 50 gallons, assuming you have a water source to be able to, activate it with.
You look at the corner and sort of turn our heads in the direction where the hose was.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah. The backpacks hold 5 gallons, upwards of
How
5
many are
gallons
there?
of liquid.
Are there 6 of them?
Let's see. There are 3 of them.
3.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday Randy's are going to hook him up and said, okay, dose us up, and take more of that powder because we can maybe the powderized form we can get into the air vents or something like that.
All right. So you take all the stuff on the shelf, fill the tanks, and you take several of the cubes of the powderized version. All right.
We make sure the tanks are, at least the 3 Randys have full doses.
Is anybody else snorting any of the herbicide?
Oh, I might as well.
The Randy looks okay now. He looked very sick at first, and he's okay now.
Yeah, we all got low doses.
Yeah.
It's okay to snort it. We're just gonna get sick, but it's not gonna kill us.
So, Carol, if you snort a line of the herbicide,
Yeah. Might as well.
Your
whatever.
constitution's actually high enough that it's not pleasant, but it doesn't hurt you.
Oh, okay.
Jeeves, you want to do a line?
I'm gonna look scientifically. We should have a control just in case.
Randy's got his hand up.
Yeah, I don't know if this is really a time we want to be all that scientific.
We can. How about I take a dose when we kill this plant thing?
If you're
Then
still
we can-
around,
Yeah,
you might turn to compost.
I'm willing to take that risk. I think.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Well, the 3 in the front. Okay. Let's. You were talking about barbecuing. Does that involve some sort of liquid fuel, or something just equally as burnable?
Yep. Outback Store is literally across here, but you're going to have to, since there's a big opening that goes all the way from the top floor to the bottom floor, you've got to kind of go on this round to get to it.
Yeah. Well, 2 Randys will be in the front. 2 sprayer Randys will be in the front, and 1 will be in the back. Keep
Okay.
so that we start. If something comes up, we just spray it. We're not sure how fast it's going to work, but it may be enough to make them run away.
Yep.
And we also just like how available are there enough of these cube things that we can just like have some extra in our pockets or something?
Yeah, they're essentially like a 2-inch cube, and there's enough there to create 50 gallons of the herbicide.
Randy,
Okay.
thinking for
Grab
a
a
sec.
few as well.
Some of the kids,
Yeah.
I do this at home with some bladders. I go look and see if they got any some sort of bladder or something made, something that thin plastic stuff. It's called a water bladder.
Yeah, they've got plenty of plastic
Garbage
bags that you would use to like hang plants in, and other that are they would hold water just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to just take a box of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right,
can make
you
some
do that.
water bladders.
So while you guys are doing this, you hear the AI again over the announcement system. It says, update. 1.25 hours till termination of air system. Pause. 2.35 hours till reactor meltdown.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
Can I go over to the panel?
Yeah, you can go over to a panel, right?
AI, stop the reactor meltdown.
Air situation must be remedied first. Reliant to cool reactor.
So, much like my mom, you're screwed. Okay.
AI, what hypothetically happens to a nuclear reactor if it gets filled with herbicide?
It actually runs through a bunch of calculations, and it comes up with statistically unknown, likely no difference.
Excellent. I guess we're on the clock now then.
Yeah, let's so one of the Rangers runs up and looks out the gate, make sure there's no one immediately outside the gate.
Yeah, everything looks calm now that centipede human vine hybrid was dispatched.
All right, come on. Actually, I bet the respirators are also just good old-fashioned face masks.
They're the full-on covering with actually the air canister in the front.
Yeah, so
okay.
Tim wearing some safety glasses, not goggles, because goggles just don't work for me, but glasses would. And wearing wearing face mask with a little plastic thing on the side, and it's like the little no, actually be in front, N95s basically.
Mm-hmm.
They're going, okay, we'll clear anything out in front of us. You guys give us cover in the back. So yeah.
Okay.
And Jeeves opened the gate, and we're going to head to the outback.
Yeah. So
We have
you're
time to.
go ahead.
Sorry, just for you, but how much tighter would it be if we go to the outback as opposed to just hoofing it back to the air place?
Oh, you're pretty close to the outback. I mean, you just have to do just a short jog.
Okay,
It's much closer than going back to the control room.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. So as you're there, you're making the round. About halfway through, Jeeves, you notice that there is a unadorned green door just there in the hallway. It's got no label on it.
A green door. Suspicious.
It doesn't appear on the maps at all.
A secret door. Well, should we I think we should explore the secret door. There might be, who knows, perhaps flamethrowers, something useful.
Is this a Disney reference?
Randy Prime goes up, grabs him by the tie, and pulls him down so we're face to face. No time for sneaking. We go get the boom boom first. Then we can take a look inside.
Oh, but it might not be there when we come back.
Randy's not letting go of his tie, and we start
Jeeves has been yanked around by his tie.
You gonna let the?
I think Randy's actually
subordinate
really
mutant do that to
strong, right? Randy, your strength is really high, isn't it?
18, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean, you can resist if you want, Jeeves. But
Also,
this is
I
a
think
really
you're-
strong raccoon.
And technically,
To
I
be
think
honest,
you outrake
I'm
him.
not sure I can.
Yeah.
Especially when the other two raccoons who aren't busy guarding the front come along behind and sort of cross arms and look at you.
So you get to the
Just
outback
the field
store,
of disapproval.
and just looking through the gate before you even open it up, your heart sinks a little bit as you see that, of course, this is one of the first places that were raided when people went to the bunker. So the shelves are almost barren. There are a few things around.
Well, maybe they didn't grab things that burn because, down in the bunker or whatever.
Why didn't we send a Randy down into the green door while we did this?
That's a better idea.
What? Which Randy?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
send a Randy.
Miscellaneous, Randy.
All right. Well, you use
okay.
the black key card to open up the gates to Outback, and if you want to send the green one out with a Randy, you can.
So real quick here, so I'm just going to do a D7.
Which Randy gets in the shorts.
No, you see 7 Randys busy doing rock, paper, scissors,
Yes.
which is, of course, futile if you think about it.
Yep.
But it's number 3, the 9 o'clock Randy.
9 o'clock goes. All right, so what ends up happening is the card doesn't work for you. Yeah, you go over, you push it on the door, you lay it on the door, nothing seems to happen.
Ah, cripes! Human.
So
Okay.
inside the Outback,
Now he's insulted by the door.
yep, you do not find like bags of charcoal, but you do find a display of charcoal that actually has charcoal in the pot. Like they've got this little tent set up and like an outdoor fire scene with a charcoal grill. And they actually put real charcoal in the grill.
No.
There are
Randy,
bottles
what-
of lighter fluid that are on display with it as well.
Oh, of course, I know what they are because they have flames on the labels. Oh.
It's
Yeah.
working lighters.
Yep.
Like something to light them with.
So the only
Matches.
thing that you're finding in here that's worthwhile, basically all the food is gone, all the utensils is gone, most of the tools are gone, but you do find things like there's a few camp axes, there's a few sleeping bags, but not many. There's some thermal blankets. Again, this thing of charcoal. You've got one like grill filled with charcoal, and you got several bottles of lighter fluid, some lighters, some like.
No
Always
propane
light matches. Yeah, sure. There'll be a few propane tanks.
Not that I know what they are, but Jeeves would know.
Yeah. Nothing big though. They're like the small propane pigs.
Oh, you're
like
talking
the
about
1
the
gallon.
Coleman size.
Yeah. The little bottles. Yeah, like the screw-on bottles.
It's still bombs.
Oh,
It's still bombs.
A few titanium sporks. Nobody wants those. Nobody wants those.
Except. Yeah. Oh, what is this?
Lots of little fire starters. The little scrape fire starters, that sort of thing. But most of the useful stuff is gone. Lots of rope, actually. There's a lot of rope in here. Paracord, climbing rope.
yeah, rope might be useful. And of course, anything that has fire.
Well, we'll grab as much as we can wrap around ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
I got 18. I can just wrap a couple.
You can just the grill has wheels on it. You can just wheel the whole grill with you.
The door, door number, third, 9 hour. Damn it, human! You need to open that door.
All right. I'll open the door.
So
I'll
you guys
grab a spot
basically
before I
just
do.
take everything that's left. I mean, there's not
Yeah.
much. What I described is basically it.
Basically, the Randys are, so the ones carrying the sprayers. The other 4 Randys are carrying what they can.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say probably an hour and a half has passed at this point. Okay.
Oh.
So again, you're you're going back. The green door is there.
Of course, every so often I'll ask Jeeves, ask for a countdown.
All right, give us a countdown, computer.
Yep. Sure. Yeah, it chimes off how long. It's only been like 10 minutes since, we'll say 15 since you scavenged that place since the last time it talked.
Okay, so there's the green door. What's behind the green door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 9, you go in there and look, and if there's anything interesting, come back and tell us. So open it up for him. You got the card back.
Open it up.
Okay. So does the Randy go in?
Yep, number 9's going in.
All right, roll initiative.
Ooh.
Oh.
He does have
Found
the
the
private.
secret experimental plant lab.
Yeah, just the one Randy.
robot.
Just the roll at one Randy. So if you've got a dex over 15, every point is a +1.
Okay, so I got D6 plus 1. All right, and the rolling thing does not work. It's buggy. Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1. 5.
Okay. Yeah. It is a robot dressed in a manservant or butler's uniform that is got a broom that it's shooing you out with.
Well, I have a vibroblade.
So what you see, actually what you smell is it smells lovely in here. It smells like cinnamon and apples. It's a well lit bathroom with many stalls and all kinds of just all kinds of accoutrements around. It's an executive bathroom.
It's the princess room in the Cinderella's castle at Disneyland. So yeah, vibroblade out, slash.
You're gonna slash at the robot. Okay.
Vibroblade cuts through everything.
Yeah.
Flash at the potential ally. Good idea.
What is its weapon class? A 4?
4. Yeah.
All right. You need a 14.
Okay. Yes. Slash 3d6. Oh no. Okay. R 3d6.
That hits. Go ahead and you did your
Ooh,
damage.
11.
11. Your vibroblade cuts into the metal. It does not stop it from going forward, and it. Give me a second here. What is your armor class?
6.
It's gonna miss. So it's basically you hear the robotic voice saying "shoo, shoo" as it's using. It's not even trying to hurt you with the broom. It's just trying to push you out of the bathroom with it.
And he took that personally.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's 100 bits on the table if someone needs healing, or you can have 2 rerolls from that. So keep that in mind. Yeah. So
I found something about that Accelera. I got. It's not speed. it's healing.
Yeah, it accelerates healing. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's not really attacking you. It's just treating you as if you were a pet or a nuisance and trying to sweep you out of the bathroom.
Well, I'm treating it as a damn nuisance and gonna cut it up.
All right. Well, so next round then, you guys still go first, but what's everyone else doing? Jeeves, like you open the door, so you see what's going on here. This is a lovely, lovely room. It smells wonderful. There are plush towels hanging on the walls. There are bathing suits that look. Oh, that's a jacuzzi bath in the corner.
I'm going to do my best imitation of my master. I'll say, "Halt, servant. See what you're doing."
Okay, it can't react until its turn though. So that's what you do. Carol, what do you do?
Well, it doesn't really look like it's doing anything.
Yeah, it's just going
I mean,
shoo, shoo. It's trying to sweep the Randy out of the room.
Well, can I go in there and kind of get past it and see what else is in the room?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It is. You haven't seen such opulent things in a while. There are scented soaps. There are shampoos. There are clothing, like spare clothing, shoes, both ladies and men's, by the way. A shower, a jacuzzi, pool to soak in, all kinds. Like there's a medicine cabinet that's just lined with all kinds of things, from simple aspirin to asthma medications and more. That is a treasure trove.
Yeah.
Yep.
If it's still good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is food?
Yeah, Jack. So what are you doing?
Is food?
Do you smell food? That's a good question. I don't know how sensitive owls' noses are, so I tell you what, make me.
I hate to tell you this, not.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up to a roll though. Go ahead and make
That's
me an
owl propaganda.
Yeah,
Anti-owl
exactly.
propaganda.
They just ignore them. It's not that they don't smell them. Make me an intelligence check. You can do ×3.
Intelligence check ×3. Might as well give me ×10.
Never know. Nah, you can't smell food. Well, actually, no, you do, because the thing you do smell is cinnamon and apples.
Yeah.
So Jack is trying to eat a bar of scented soap.
So you hop in and go, and yeah, you go through. Yeah, there's scented soap.
Is this meltdown?
It tastes awful. All right, Randy.
Jack, no, feels so good.
If you're gonna keep stabbing at the butler, go ahead.
Yeah. So the Randys outside are just keeping high watch and making sure nothing's sneaking up on us.
Mm-hmm.
But this Randy inside slashes again for a 3d6.
Do some damage.
10
points. Wow. You cut off one of the robot butlers at the ankle. You cut off a foot.
Mm-hmm.
And it hobbles back. And it says, "Sir, I am wounded, sir. Call security. There's a rabid animal about."
Oh, dear.
You hear from Prime.
And the raccoon.
Oh, no, you hear from Randy Prime, "Get me his arm."
It fails to sweep the Randy out of the restroom once more. All right. So Jeeves, you told it to stand down. It says, "Sir, there's a rabid animal in here." We'll just go out of combat, and you can just tell me if Randy's going to continue to carve or not. But
there's a question of how much I know about the world thus far, because it seems bizarre that this place hasn't been raided. Are like holograms a thing?
Yes.
Or anything
yes,
like
they
that?
Are.
Okay, so this could very legitimately be some sort of trap.
It could be, but your other senses are telling you, like again, you're smelling all the fragrances and everything that's coming off of the things in here. You step in, and it's climate controlled in here. It's a pleasant, room temperature with just a slight breeze.
Maybe they have smellograms too.
Could be.
Well, I will say, I do not care what you think. The help. Unhand my chihuahua.
All right.
Every Randy just sort of turns and looks at you.
It's a rich person pet.
Yeah, it bows at the waist. It puts the broom aside. It takes a hot, moist towel from a dispenser, puts it around its arm, and it offers it to you. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. How may we serve you today?
Go away.
Oh, that's the point where Randy jumps up, lands on his chest, and then cuts his arm off.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if the Randys are going to continue to cut, then you're going to just disable the android. It was a pleasure to serve you, sir.
You see the Randy walk past you with their arm over his shoulder. Chihuahua.
All right, so Carol, if you're poking around, yeah, this medicine chest is quite nice. It's all prepackaged stuff, and it was actually made at the tail end of the century before everything went to hell. So this stuff all basically is sealed in such a way that it doesn't go bad. Like, you lose some effective sense over time, but it's not going to go bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to gather as much of that as I can.
Yeah, you just open up the medicine chest and start looting it out. Jeeves, if you want to start poking around as well, one of the cabinets does in fact have food in it. They're like little wrapped delicacies, mostly snacks, stuff like that. Also, they seem to be fine.
Jack was asking for food. Yes.
You like fish eggs?
Not caviar. It's more like, like Godiva chocolates and Ferrero Rocher, that sort of thing. That's just little treats.
Is this the meltdown?
That's what it feels like in your mouth right now, as your mouth is foaming and bubbling from eating the soap.
Well, let's take the treats and remember there's a jacuzzi here to celebrate our victory. And then we are on a time limit. We should probably go.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some way we can use the jacuzzi to help us, but I don't know how yet. I'm sure we'll think of it
your
in the
final
nick of time
moments.
Yeah. Randy Prime is, sitting pointing with the robot arm. We gotta go back that way, back to where the reactor is.
Okay. Question:
You
How many?
instantly think that water is a great dampener for radiation, so you'll be safe in the jacuzzi.
How
There
many
you go.
Randys snorted the
None
herbicide?
yet.
No,
Just the
one
one.
of them did. Was that Randy Prime?
Yeah. No, that was 3 o'clock Randy.
Okay, then all Randys except for 3 o'clock Randy roll 2d6 and take that much damage. Jeeves, you did not snort the herbicide either. Take 2d6 damage.
Randy Prime takes 9. And I'll just take average for the rest because I'm not rolling that many dice.
Yep.
So 11.
Jack and Carol continue to feel just fine.
So once we see that Randy 3 hour Randy is not being heard, out comes the powder.
Snort the pure powder. Oh my. Well, then everyone who does, take a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carol already did. You don't have to do it again.
Yeah.
You're fine. And you didn't take damage. Your constitution was high enough. Is Jack, are you going to snort any of the powder?
What? Is powder food? Jack doesn't understand. Candy?
Yeah, you gotta snort it in through your nose. Here, let me hold it for you.
All right, I'm just getting images now of an owl that's got like white powder all over its beak, like it's just snorted a cocaine line. It's like, yeah.
No, Jack refrains. Jack is fine.
Oh wow, I'm hurting. It's
Jack
like,
is also replaceable, so.
okay. I'm at 9 hit points. I'm taking the Accelera.
Okay.
I'm not sure how long it takes, but I'm taking it right now. It's like I'm just like he pulls it out. It's probably an injector pin.
Okay.
Or in his thigh. I think he's just putting thigh.
Yeah, do you have the stats for how much it does for you?
I found let me just see if I can find Accelera again.
Yep. But you can look at it in the background and give yourself that much back, whatever the rule is for it. So, yeah, you found the secret executive washrooms. Why the maintenance man had a key card to it, you're not exactly sure.
forbidden pleasures
Right.
of being a maintenance person.
So now are you guys going to head back to the maintenance hallway with the air conditioning stacks?
First, I have to make a percentage roll.
Mm-hmm.
No, it does me damn
Nothing.
all.
Does nothing for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if you're really far
else
down, there is
anyone
100
else-
bits on the table, which would give a character healing if you want to use those for your character.
Yeah. And how much? And what the bits? What's the bits?
How much would it heal back? What is your total hit points?
30.
30. I'd let you roll a d30, and that's how much it would add.
All right. And how many bits does that cost?
It's all 100 to healing one character.
Yeah. Prime is down to 9. So Prime, yeah.
Hmm.
I'll spend the 100 and do a. Come on, give me something good. D30.
There you go. 27 points.
Back to full health. And once I realize it, so I'm going to pretend that worked on
Yep.
me.
Exactly. Exactly. So if your answer was yes, you head back to the air conditioning room. Remember the state that you left it in. You'd pulled out the filters, which allowed Jack to come through, and there were tentacles in the shaft. So as you come back, those tentacles have grown down through the shaft, and they're whipping around the
Spray
mechanics
Randy's
room.
up front and start spraying.
Okay.
Doesn't remember this.
Yeah. Okay. So the Randys with the backpack soakers. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
All right. So
Yes.
first of all, roll initiative. Jeeves has the best deck, so you're going to roll it at a +3. I think you said it was. +1 for every
2.
point over 15.
We have +2.
Okay. All right. So they're going to go on a 4, and let's see yours, a 3.
Oh.
5.
A 5
Wow.
+2.
So 5
Okay.
total. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Randy's can go ahead and soak. It is still kind of a missile weapon, so you do still have to hit. So we're going to say this is a really simple weapon, and it's got a short range, so we'll give it a class 3,
All right.
which means you just need 13s for you to be on target, and then you can just continue to spray once you get on target.
Any bonus from my abilities, do I?
There's no bonuses to the attack rolls, unless you've got a mutant ability that does so.
Actually, I do. Heightened precision. Precision. I add 2 when fighting. Is it? I can do. I can do an additional 2d6 with attack. So I'm using a thing that's supposed to spray. So I'm going to figure out.
What's
how to
the
spray.
power that you're using to do that?
Heightened precision. Character instantly finds
perfect.
any weakness in structure.
Yeah.
So it says 2 when figuring out artifacts. So I don't think I get that, but
No.
I do get the 2d6. Gotta know exactly where to put it.
Yep. All right, so yeah, just roll your attack roll.
All right. So Randy 1.
Miss. So you're off stream. Next round, you can kind of move the stream over. So miss. Hit.
So that would be so.
I'm gonna
I do
say it
extra
does. I'm gonna say it does 3d plus however many you add.
3d6 plus whatever. So
Mhm.
it'll be 5d6. Roll 5d6. Come on, big monkey. Ooh, big monkey.
That's a lot of damage. Okay, yeah, it shrinks from the herbicide. It is actively. It's not. Some parts of it just outright die and turn brown and shrivel up. That's the more, like the tendrils, the smaller bits. The thicker, meatier part of the plant, however, still seems to be lashing around. So that's your Randy's. Carol, what are you doing?
I have my
We were talking about making water balloons, poison water balloons.
Oh yes.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that, use some of the powdered stuff and fill up a bag with some water. You can say you did that already. That's fine.
Yeah.
So just make me an attack roll as you lob it. Same thing. We'll call this a 3, so you need a 12 to hit.
Okay. And what would I just? Oh, it's a
D20. Okay.
Oh,
So you're just off target with the first one, and I'm going to
but it's
say
on the floor it's going to kill the spores on the floor, though.
This is how many
Yeah.
bags were left in the box. So there's 10. So you've got 9 more of those left.
9 bags. Okay.
Yep. Okay, Jack, you doing anything?
Jack is doing his, kind of threatening dance thing. He walks right into the center to be a target, and he's essentially taunting it by doing
Sure.
a threat display. Jack has a
He pulls up his
special-
feathers, showing off his tiny little long legs.
It makes himself look big. He puffs himself
Yeah.
up.
Exactly. He like turns his wings sideways to make himself look
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
He's drawing attention because he has a special ability.
Okay. What does that ability do for you?
Reflection. Damage inflicted on him is inflicted on the attacker instead.
Nice.
He bounces it back.
Does it got any limitations to the ability?
It gets reduced effectiveness per hit.
Okay.
First hit's 100%. Next hit is 50. 50
Sure.
goes through. 50 bounces
Yeah.
back, and then a fourth, and all subsequent ones are a fourth. Yeah.
Okay. I tell you what. I'm going to call this as an attack, and what I'm going to say is, if you succeed in it, you will draw its ire. So roll me a d20. We're going to say this is basically a natural thing for you, so you only need an 11.
Haha!
Okay.
Taunt
Yes,
you.
you have taunted it. You have taunted it. It's probably more the
Jackie.
fact that you're just a moving object and you're right there in the middle of it than anything else.
Haha. Jack is huge. Jack is
Jeeves?
small. Jack is dangerous.
Do I have a sight on the sort of opening of the air system itself?
Sure thing. Yeah.
I just gotta take out the water bombs or the cakes and just start
Try
Just
to go
try
right
and-
in there.
hoop them in there. Yeah.
Okay. So the screen that you took out that it's found its way into this room from was an intake. So it was sucking air from outside in.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead and make me an attack roll for the throw.
Okay.
You need a 12.
Attack roll for the throw.
Yeah, just do a
Uh,
d20 roll. You need
yeah.
a 12 to hit your target.
Okay.
Mostly just because it's got tendrils all over it, so it's a little more difficult. All right, so yeah,
Ooh,
you
no.
are actually on target, but one of the tentacles kind of just whips in front of it and knocks it out of the way before it gets up inside there.
Okay.
Okay, so its attack, which it was going to reach out with all those tendrils and beat on all of you, instead it's going to come down on Jack. So Jack, it's 6 attacks. Okay, so the first one is 100% reflected, right?
Yes.
All right, first of all, what is your armor class? It has to hit you to be reflected.
8.
So 8. Okay, needs a 10. So, okay, there. It does hit you, and it's like it bends and flexes back, and it kind of slaps itself.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting
Yeah.
yourself.
Does some damage. Okay.
Oh, boo.
Next attack also hits you. How much is reflected on a second attack?
50%.
Okay. Okay, so we'll have him
Actually,
take.
correction. It says first action turn the character's attack. All damage usually
Ooh,
reflected.
nice. Okay, so that's
The
19
second
points.
half is, yeah.
It might kill itself. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. No, it's still up, but yeah, it keeps hitting you,
Stop
and it
hitting
keeps
yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
and it just gets thrown back against the wall, doing as much damage just kinetically as it would have done to you. So it's looking pretty battered. There's all this green ooze just like sliding and flopping all over the place.
It looks like kind of a distortion of his teleportation abilities,
Yeah.
like bending space back against
Sure.
the attack that's coming at him.
That works.
Just throwing it back.
So let's start with Jeeves this time for your turn. Jeeves, what do you want to do?
Okay, so that was the intake I was aiming for.
Yep.
I'm going to try and get our plan happening as fast as possible, and hopefully that'll cause problems for this thing too. Can I get to the out?
The outtake. Make me
Is
an
it the outtake?
Yeah, so you're looking for something that's pulling air back through the system. You're right. That's what you're looking
Yeah.
for. Go ahead and make me an intelligence check. Are you a mechanics sort of guy or not?
No.
Okay, then only times 3. Wait, hold on a second. You read the book, though, didn't you? Somebody read the manual.
Yes, I
Okay,
did read the
Do
manual.
it as a times 5, then.
Okay, sweet.
Success.
Woo!
You know exactly.
Success.
You know exactly what you're looking for. Now it's just a matter of getting across the room and being able to deliver your payroll. So payload. So that roll was free. That's you finding your target. Now make me a dex check to get
Can I
across the
I'm
room.
very dexterous.
Yeah.
Can I do cover fire with the sprayers?
Assuming he lets people know what he's doing.
I'm going for the thing.
Okay, then yes. Go ahead, have the Randys. So the ones that missed before
Yeah.
automatically hit this round. Because you just the stream continues. So you just kind of move the stream to where it's going to hit. So just everybody do damage this round.
So that was okay. That is roll. So it was 3d6 plus 5 times 3, 15d6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just one short. So you've reduced its number of attacks down to 2 instead of 6 now. So this thing is in bad shape. So that's what you're doing. You're providing some cover fire. So it has 2 opportunities that it could get Jeeves possibly. So Jeeves, you're going to make a dash for it. Make me a dex check. Times 5 is fine.
Going to summon up all my experience avoiding rich people in dining halls.
Success. All right, you're there. Next round, you'll be able to introduce the herbicide into the vent system. So that's the Randys and that's Jeeves. Carol, what are you doing?
Okay, so we still have the vines and all that.
Yeah, there's still some moving around. Much reduced, but there are still some moving around. Some very large ones.
Yeah, I was gonna try to throw another water balloon.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
D20 roll.
You get 12.
Yep, you do 12.
Oh,
you
well,
hit.
this time I did. Yay.
Okay, roll 2d6.
2d6. Or
Okay,
2d6 for that?
2d6.
Oh, yeah. Spray's more effective, yeah.
Okay.
A 4.
All right, not quite enough to reduce another attack, but still doing some damage to it. Jack, are you still presenting yourself as a target, or are you doing something else now?
No.
Okay.
Can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Okay. So what happens on subsequent rounds with your power?
Now it is half.
Half.
The second is half is reflected, and third in all subsequent attacks,
Okay.
1/4 is reflected.
All right. Since you are continuing the dance of irritation, both attacks will be aimed at you instead of Jeeves.
Yay.
One's going to miss. They both miss, so it doesn't
Ooh, a
reflect
crit.
any
Can't
damage
touch
back
this.
to itself. Okay, so that's its turn.
Jack is now doing the running man.
Yep. So we will start the turn with Jeeves. Jeeves, you just introduce the powder into the system and just shake it all in there. Okay. It'll take a round for that to react to it. What are the Randys doing?
Well, the other Randys who don't have the sprayers are busy, they're outside this. They're actually not even in this room. They're busy keeping watch, making sure there's no response from.
Yes, there is a response. All of those corpses that were kind of battering at the glass, they've massed, and they're coming slowly down the corridor as if they're not quite sure where you are, but they are now. And they're kind of slumping down. There's a horde of them coming.
Yeah,
Moving slow, and they're a fair amount away. Oddly, it seems like they're coming to... It feels a lot like something sent out a distress call, maybe, and is luring them here.
Well, we know other ways to get out of here, so
Clearly, they came to see Jack dance.
we're all sitting there with our vibroblades and going, okay, this is bad. No,
Okay.
no shit. Rock.
Do all your damage again from your super soakers, and
Yeah.
your super soakers are going to empty in this round.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Okay, so that drops it down. It has a single attack left.
Whoa, it's got hit points.
Yeah, it has a lot. Okay, so it's turn. Actually, Jack, are you going to continue to taunt?
Well, moving from the running man to whatever the hammer pants is, yes.
So, yeah. Okay, if you're going to continue to taunt, then it will leave Jeeves alone, and it will go after you. Third round, a 10 is not going to hit you anyway. Okay. So
Touch it.
this round,
To quit.
the tentacles start to just kind of slam around spasmodically. And as it's doing this, the Randys out in the hallway see that all the corpses are starting to just kind of jerk around as well. Most of them are just dropping.
It's working. Whatever you're doing back there, it's working.
Jack will continue to boogie. You got it.
After just like kind of spasming for a bit, all the tendrils stop. They stop moving and they turn kind of an ashy gray and get kind of wood looking.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Jeeves, you never did snort the chemical, did you?
Oh no!
He was the
Roll
control
2d6.
My lungs are gonna get turned into wood. No. 9.
9 points. Like you are seriously bent over, not able to catch your breath. You guys can actually see a little frond. It's starting to hang out of his nose.
Oh my God.
Randy's, he's got some. He figures there's some still powder. He goes, okay, Jeeves, punch him in the gut.
So he has to suck in air.
Yes.
All right. Unfortunately, take another d6 of damage.
And
Oh,
then,
thank you.
then another Randy runs up because remember there's two there with Accelera and hits him with the Accelera.
Okay. All right.
Which
Roll.
immediately does D10.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't he have to roll a percentage first?
He's
he-
full human.
Oh, he's full human. Okay, so roll a d10, and that's how many hit points you get back. Hey, look at that. 10. All right. So at first you feel a little nauseous, then you're injected with something, and you feel pretty good.
And I think there's a chance it might actually still be effective a little later, but I'll have to look it up again. I
Yep.
lost.
Now, everyone else, well, Jack didn't, but Jack's, well, he's not immune, but his con's large enough that his system is taking care of it. So, same thing with Carol, actually. Carol didn't have to snort it either. But she
Also,
did.
my lungs are huge.
Yes, huge owl lungs. All right, well,
Strong.
the corpses out in the hallway continue to twitch until they slowly just stop moving.
Yeah. Actually, I figured the other Randy because he takes this Accelera and hits him for another D10. So
You
use up all three. Yeah, I have 3 Randys who are within time of getting the dosage, getting them. So Randy Prime uses up, and there's 3 other Randys with.
Yep. So you ask for a countdown, so the voice comes over. 30
Yep.
minutes till air filtration failure.
Uh-huh.
75 minutes till reactor meltdown.
There you go. You got.
Computer, run the air filtration.
Well, from last episode, reading through the books, what it can't do for itself is replace the filtration screens.
Fine.
Yeah, you need to do
Let's
that.
do that.
You got 13 more
Let's do
hit
that.
points back. 13 more points back.
Yep.
But you are sick. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's okay.
All right, so to get everything running and to follow the procedures in the book to get the system up and working, of which the automated system cannot do and requires human hands. All right, so this is going to be like an extended test. You guys need to accumulate a certain number of successes. All right, now, Jeeves, you read the book, okay? So you can tell people how to help you because this is a more than one-man job to be able to get this done before
How
the whole
about
system
a raccoon
fails.
job?
Right. So I'm just going to go around the table and ask, Randy, how do you help?
I got 7 of me.
Yeah.
We're gonna,
So do you want to replace the screens? That might be the best use for Randy.
Yeah.
Okay.
People Randy shoves a new one in.
Right. So you guys are going through replacing the screen. So why don't you give me a dex check times
Okay,
5 since Jeeves is telling you how to do it. Just
I get
make
any
one
bonus?
roll.
Okay. So no bonus for being 5 of me.
No, because there are several of the screens that have to be done all at once. So
Times 5. Okay. Yeah. Submit.
okay,
Yeah,
you
yes.
have okay, so you get a success for it. How is Carol helping?
Okay, so he's replacing the
vent,
screens.
the screens. The vents need to be cleared, so there's still the decomposing vines stuck in them.
Okay, yeah, I can get some of the vines out of there.
Right, you want to just start pulling down. Like again, you have things like camping axes and a few other things you found from the outback. So if you want to do that, that's kind of a physical task.
Yeah.
So make me a physical check ×5.
Is that PS?
That's PS.
Okay.
Let's get physical.
That's not.
Ooh, that counts for 2 successes. So you've got 3 successes.
Okay.
Okay, Jack, how are you helping?
By being useless.
By staying out of the way.
No, I imagine the air filters need to be transported places.
Sure. Yeah, you can.
So he's going to shuttle them through the large atrium by flying.
Yeah. Okay, that works. You can be
As
doing
the
the ones
bird
that are hard to
flies.
get to. So that's kind of more of a manipulation thing, since
Well, no, he's just transporting the objects there so people
so
can
that helps.
run
Okay.
without having to carry them.
Okay. I tell you what. So what we're gonna do is have you roll to see if Jack actually hinders more than he helps.
Exactly. What would you like me to roll?
Make me a dex check.
My dex is garbage.
Do it at a ×5 is fine.
Yeah, that's still garbage.
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Jack is helping.
All right. Okay.
Jack, stop moving! Stop moving!
Yeah.
No.
Jack is
Can't touch
Jack
this.
is not helping. All right, Jeeves. It is up
It's
to
all
you.
the dancing he has to do. In his mind, it's flash dance,
Okay.
but in reality, his head's on the ground and he's running around his
Where's
own
that
head.
hose?
Yeah. So, Jeeves, the last thing you have to do is basically reset all the circuits. You've got to put in new fuses, and you've got to get everything back online. This is going to be an intelligence check. And since
Damn it.
you have the manual, it is at ×5. There are no rerolls on the board. The bits have been used for healing. So, yep.
Dex is my int is my joint lowest stat, so
Oh, you're 11? Try 4. I want to hear nothing, sir. Nothing.
Okay. You get a sickening feeling as you hear the computer count down. They tell you 10 minutes till cooling failure.
can I
60 minutes till meltdown. Go ahead.
can I try to just from looking at the bits of the where the sections in the manual are, can I try to just plug things into things and try to jury rig something?
I'm going to leave this up to just blind luck to see if you can do something that will help. You as you're looking at what the procedures are, you don't have enough time to get this up and going. Even if everyone were to help in and do this. So tell me high or low and roll a D100.
I'm feeling highs.
Jeeves, you have the sinking feeling in your heart. You cannot get this fixed. You cannot
That's
get
what
this
it-
fixed before the reactor is set into a meltdown loop.
We've got to go. We've got to go now.
Ooh.
Run away!
Wait, where's
Run
reactor? Put Jack there. Jack wants to watch.
Randy reaches up, grabs Jack by the legs, and then tucks him under his arm like a football.
Jack does not agree to this.
You were delivering filters. You got in reach of one of them. When the word comes out, run. He just grabs you by the legs and yanks you under the arm.
Yeah, Jack can
Put
resist.
Jack down. Jack's much faster than you. He can go 30 kilometers in a second. That's second fast.
All right, so you guys run for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
Jack's fine. You guys are in
yeah.
trouble.
you get to the front. Well, how does Jack get out of the place? Let's start with that, because the
Jack
two
doesn't.
humans are the only ones that can open the revolving door.
Oh, you hear something? Screw that! And you see a Coleman. I grab one of them. Coleman butane tanks get rolled into the door.
You gotta blow the door. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll make it spectacular then. Yeah, so you blow up the revolving circular. I mean, the whole thing's going to blow up anyway, really. So you hightail it to your truck.
I look over him. I'm in the back. All of us in the back, and we all yell in unison, "Home, Jeeves!"
And as you do this, the computer, the AI's last words are, "We're sorry, shoppers. This institution must close down to calamitous actions that are about to happen. Please come and shop again, just not in this establishment." And
Does it blow up or does it melt? Just melts.
yeah, it just kind of crumbles in the distance as you're driving away as fast as you can. The thing just kind of falls down on itself.
As we're driving away, can I just have a fish through my pockets? Be like, well, at least we saved the soaps.
Carol got away with a whole bunch of high-value medicines.
And all the Randys, they're busy pounding in the back. And all that rope.
You got the rope, this charcoal that wasn't used, and a few other things. So yeah, you got off with some loot, but unfortunately you have destroyed the mall complex, which means that it's going to be irradiated for some time, and it's not going to be good for any more looting. So unfortunately, the stuff that you pulled out, the medications will definitely help your survival group. But in the end, you're not pulling out enough to make a difference. Your doctors will be a little bit more efficient for a time.
Yeah, and about 2 hours, all the Randys go, "Bye, guys," and whoop, they disappear.
They all live this time. They should be happy.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I go, "Oh, that asshole!" One of the Randys decided to look in the, can I get all the memories?
Mm-hmm.
He mooned myself.
Yeah. Nice.
So literal asshole, in both senses. Yeah.
Okay. So again, unfortunately,
I also have that robot arm.
Yes, you got a robot arm. You got a robot arm. You guys got off with a few cool items that will be more useful for your team than the whole society as a whole. Although the drugs again that'll cover several months of them needing that sort of thing. But in the end, you're not going to move up your ability for your group to survive.
Do we have any of that herbicide left?
Yeah. You still have several of the boxes of the mix.
We are growing rice in the proper way, which is we're flooding the field, which helps with weeding, but we're probably growing other crops which need.
Yeah.
But we're not sure how.
It's just that you don't have a lot. I mean, the total amount you had was 50 gallons, and you used some of it. So it's not like it's going to be a huge help.
We got the powders, but we put most of that powder into the air system. But
Yep. So again, you come off with a few things worth trade value, but again, not enough to really boost up the living possibilities of your group. And they have to mark off that region as being radioactive for a time now.
You see Randy in the back of the pickup truck, and he's using the arm like a back scratcher.
Yep.
Why didn't we just turn it off?
And I got some fancy toiletries, so
yes,
we're gonna be smelling nice.
and some really nice packaged desserts. Don't forget those. Always worth something.
Get to use the jacuzzi.
No,
so sad.
No, you did not. All right. So eventually, all the spores within Carol and Jack will just pass as their bodies are super resistant.
Oh no! Remember, we were running around the mall, and what was in the mall air?
Mm-hmm.
All that herbicide.
Yep. Yeah.
They
Sure
just
enough.
got a low dose. They just got a low dose of it, and it more has cleared them out.
Mm.
It's nothing worse than the normal background radiation of Gammaworld.
Really.
All right, guys, we'll call it there for the night. You have finished the abandoned mall complex, and
was
they're
awesome.
sad to
Yay.
find out it's going to be an irradiated waste for a bit.
It was like that when we got there.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a thorium reactor, only for 30 years.
Yep. It's a very small reactor. Yeah. So that's why I'm not having you guys check for mutations on the way out. So.
I'm trying to remember, we don't get XP in this game, do we?
No. Nope.
No. You are what you are.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You get closer to
I hope there wasn't a bunker full of people that we've just exploded.
Oh, they would have been dead long ago if there was. I mean, there was a bunker that you didn't check out, but given where those bodies were coming from, they're probably long since dead.
So was it Bunker 21?
Nah.
I
All
mean,
right, guys, let's do a sign off. Josh, you got anything you want to plug?
Sure. Hello, I'm Josh. I do silly voices and make maps for D&D and such. You can find me on castmary.com.
Yep, you can drop the link in the chat there if you're in
My internet will not allow such luxury.
I see. I'll have a plug ready for you next time that I can spam on there. Steven, you got anything you want to plug?
Hi, I'm Steven saying goodbye, and I don't mix my professional life with my hobbies.
Probably a good thing. Kim.
Oh, neither do I. So I'll just say goodbye as well.
All right. Well, Kedamono, you've got you make games and you got a site, so why don't you go ahead and
make games? Yeah, I'm Johnny Trier Games up on Try2RPG. I do a bunch of one pagers and stuff for Savage Worlds over in the community, and the Savage Worlds Guild, and I also done some. I've done two playbooks for two playbooks for Fiasco. Fiasco on the Destroying the Express, and Gammaworld, and I think it was Gamma. No, Troubled Rose, I believe it was one of those two. I had enjoy those, and of course I also stream on the official Mind Colonies Twitch channel. So check us there. We build things or we go on adventures. Yay, and I also do funny voices. I do funny voices, don't you?
Yes, and if you found this channel, we're at twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder, and we stream Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Tuesdays, First Edition Dungeons & Dragons. Fridays, BX. Sundays, Potluck. We do different things, different games, different silliness in general. Check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. There's 11-plus years of audio goodness there. So say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.